Good morning. This is Dave Johnston with Day Trade the Markets, and today is Tuesday, November 1st, 2016. As you can see, I've just been filled at 1287.90. I had an order in for four. We've only been filled for one, so hopefully we can get the rest filled and have this market move up. Now, the gold, of course, has had a resistance area around the 1274 area, and overnight it had a nice rally. So there's been no real strong selling in here of consequence. The magenta bar right here is the strongest selling in the day trade the market software. You can see it right here. So when the market opened here, blue is the strongest buying. So it came up here, made a high, sold off, testing the low, did not make a new low. And I'm trying to get long this market just above the high of this magenta bar. So with the expectation it's going to come up here and test the high of the day again. So anyway, maybe we're not going to get filled on all four. Maybe we're just going to get filled on one. But just bringing you this trade for now. And as far as our stop goes, I'm going to go ahead and put in a protective sell stop. Let's see. I probably want to put that down in this area here, which was our last dip, and that's at a price of 1287.10. I'm going to go ahead and put the stop at 1286.80 right there, sell stop for four. Okay, we got that in play. And because we're only long one of these contracts at the moment, I'm not going to put any sell in. Well, wait a minute now. Come to think of it, I still should do that because if it does start to rally nicely up towards the high, I should take a profit here. So let's see, 1287, 12. I'll go for a $2 move if it comes up here. 1289.90. We'll put that in. That'd be a nice trade if that were to happen. So we'll leave it like that for now, and I'll pause the recording and pick it up as the market dictates. Okay, just resume the recording. I had put in an order sell limit right here at 2116 in the ES, so I just got filled on that, and it's come off a little bit. So the ES, of course, has had pressure on it in a pretty nice fashion here of late, and although it did have a higher open, a slightly higher open, not a gap opening higher, but just slightly from where it had closed yesterday, and you can see that right here is where it closed yesterday. So slightly higher open, not a gap, but a slightly higher open. I would consider a gap if it gapped below yesterday's low, for example. But and so, there has been some pretty good pressure on this ES lately, and that was a reason for getting short or taking the direction. We had a good down move in here, up towards the high of here, but we didn't get the rejection until it started to come on down through, and then I waited for it to bounce up to our trade location zone to get short. So I'm going to go ahead. It's only for the two contracts, so I'm going to go ahead and buy one down here. Let me just shift this chart a bit. Okay, we're making new lows, so I'm going to put in my protective buy stop. It's moved about 3 points in our favor, so I'm going to put it at 14.5 on the buy stop, protect a 1.5 on this move. And as far as the next objective, it's really around 2110. 2112.50 was the low that we had just on Friday, so we're just getting down into that territory. I'm going to go ahead and try and buy one back right at that price, 2112.50. Let's see what we get there. Let's just hit it right there. So this is really the first objective on the way down. Okay, been filled on that, so I should put a marker in here. This is our entry here. Put another marker in here where we got filled on that, which is at 2112.50 right here. I'm sorry, I exited both of them. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so we're out of this trade. Okay, well, sometimes you make a mistake. Any rate, so we were short up here at 21.16, and we're out to at 21.12.50. So 3.5. That's a 7-point trade. So anyway, made a mistake on that, but anyway, there's our profit on that trade. And like I said, the next objective down here is around 21.10. And if we can get a bit of a bounce, I'll try and sell it again. But for the time being, that's all there is on that trade on the ES. So let's go over and take a look and see how our gold is doing. Okay, so the gold is continuing to move up. Of course, we're only long one contract, so I'm going to cancel these others to buy. Oh, we made our objective, that's right. So we were long here from 1287.90, and we had an objective right up in here, if you recall, at for $2 at 1289. So and we were just long the two contract, or sorry, just one. We were trying to get long at 4, so we were long in there, and I'm gonna need to cancel that. So that was our trade there on the gold. Just we only got in on one contract for a $2 move on that. So at any rate, there's a video that shows the an early trade here in the gold and in the Emini S&P for Tuesday, November the 1st, 2016. I apologize for that that exit in the ES, and nothing really I could do about getting long just to one contract in the gold, but that's how it goes sometimes when you have a limit order in. If it comes down and hits your price, sometimes you get filled, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get a partial fill like we did today. So anyway, thanks so much for watching.